Alright, this is round 2 of Orange Crystal. We have Gluecks and Jay fighting. Gluecks using Kaze, Jay using Shanna. Not what anyone would be expecting an MC to be, honestly, for the most part. It is Shanna, right? No, Thea. Sorry. Yeah. So, ninjas are usually trying to set up a board because they get there's an old support skill called Ninja Emblem, which lets them deploy each other. And so they're trying to get a big board, while Kaze allows them to crit and get cards back for critting. Kagero does roughly the same thing from the backline, while also being immune to being attacked pretty much if there's a ninja in the front line, which would be Kaze. So they just gain a lot of resources. Thea, I honestly have no idea. I'm going to assume it has to do with the triangle attack. Your objective is just to pop down to other Pegasus sisters, tap them both, and then, like, pretty much unavoid crit. I don't know how that'll work, especially since they've already shown that they have a Takumi, an archer, which is very threatening to anything that, well, flies. Generally speaking, I would say Kaze definitely has the advantage in this situation. So good luck, Jay. And there we go, that's another ninja that they can pop out. And that one also has the ability to deploy Saizo if it's in retreat, if my memory is not mistaken. So they could get 2 units for discarding 1 card, if there's a Saizo in their retreat. And there they go, they're discarding Asugi to deploy the Kagero, but no Saizo combo. Alright, so Jay seems to also be doing white, which makes sense just for the Hana and a bunch of the other strong cost ones that just are very hard to kill. Other than the 2 Pegasus sisters, with Thea being Juno or Shauna, I'm going to assume their next best objective is to get Hana on board just to be able to stay alive. 40 supports are a very nice thing to have around. Let's see what Jay can do on his first real turn. The ninjas have already deployed a lot of units. So first thing that should be taken care of is technically an Oboro if possible. But that just depends on what Jay can deploy. Alright, Plumeria is a great choice because it kills that Takumi, also makes Oboro 10 weaker, and oddly enough, deploying one of the sisters already. Usually you want, in triangle attack decks, you usually want to keep the other 2 sisters relatively, like, safe in your hand until you can triangle attack, I thought. But in this case, they're just immediately using them. And critting into the Oboro. Sadly, the Oboro does have a dodge, so is able to get away relatively safely. And this attack is 10 short. And critting as well, so double crit into the Oboro to kill her. I also wonder if this is main promo. Normally I would go into the deck editor and search up the card, or search up the main character if I don't know the main promo, but don't wish to do that when I'm recording my Lackey window. And I don't know what would happen if I open up another one. I have not tested that. And there we go, immediately dropping two more archers. So those things are huge threats because they're 60 attack at minimum against flyers. So generally going to be hitting for the most part. And ninja playing out a Sugi. And just more board presence of cost ones that don't really do anything at the moment. I wonder if Gluecks does not have main promo, and that's why they decided to deploy the 2 archers, or if they were just going for more board pressure. You wouldn't really think more board pressure is needed in this situation, just because look how big your board already is. And that does get the plus 20 because skill 2. So that is technically a 50 support. And just a lot of useless cost 1 swinging. This is where you really need Kaze or Kagero's main promotion, which allows crits to happen a lot easier and lets you refill your hand as you crit. But they seemingly do not have it, which, well, means you're generally pretty safe. Okay, we got Florina, who can deploy, who can flip 2 and deploy a flyer from retreat, or flip 1 and heal a flyer. And then flip 1 to deploy a different one. Usually you just use them in tandem, but they also seemingly do not have access to kill that Takumi at the moment, but they do threaten 3 hits with what they got on board, because Plumeria is likely to hit the Kaze just because the support base of J is so high. So they could technically threaten J down to 0 orbs, and then try and do the undodgeable to finish the game. The issue with doing that is simply just, it's generally would not be a good idea, because if Kaze can main promo, all those cost 1s in the backline can crit with any cost 1 in hand. So they can just try and crit J to death. And if they don't get like good, as long as Gluecks doesn't get terrible supports, they would be able to do it. Alright. When another ally is deployed, you may choose 1 tome enemy in the backline, move them. Okay, doesn't help. That really does not, that Shauna really does not help here. But that's a hit. Okay, they obviously just going face, because not much more you can do in this situation. That would be a hit. Does the Kaze dodge? Yes. So there's still 2 more hits that can threaten it. So the Kaze could still easily be dropping down to 0 orbs. This, okay. So that means that dodge that they got was just from orbs, and they immediately used it. So Kaze might have 1 dodge or none here. They're not flipping for range. They got flyer emblem. And that's a Kaze dodge. And yeah, flying their MC back, that means they now, Gluecks now has to kill the 2 frontliners, which is pretty easy because those 2 archers, but also means that they can't just constantly crit into Shauna's face and try and win this next turn, I don't think. Unless something really weird happens. bonding a Takumi crit. That can be fine. It just depends on what else they got. Oboro. Okay, so this is not good for a few reasons. One, that's not a class changed Oboro, or an Oboro cost 1, so she can't really flip 2, draw 2. Doesn't have that ability. Next off, it's not Kaze or Kagero promos, which would allow them to, like, turn everything into a crit engine. And Oboro's selfing is the nail in the coffin for this, and that means that this attack is not hitting. And that'll stall out this aggressive push for the most part, I would say. 60, 70, 80, 90. Yep, this is 90 versus 90, it hits. Oh, that was cover emblem. Allows them to move after attacking. Actually good use of it if they're trying to get Kaze into the backline, considering most of the Pegasus Knights don't have that much great range usage. And there we go, there's the forced march. They'll probably just kill Plumeria here, and apparently get Kaze to run away. But it's not looking great to even killing the Plumeria, because she needs to self-support for any of these attacks to hit. And just move it. Okay. So 3 in the front line, which means 4 attacks would be needed to be able to really hit Kaze, or you find some range. Granted, Plumeria can still just hit the Kaze and get a hit. The Kaze will then use his skill to choose a unit, usually himself, and give them plus 20. But that's still not a great situation to be here. They also wanted the Plumeria crit, which probably will be fine, considering they only had 1 card in hand. They wanted to keep the, like, Peony or the Hana. And yeah, this is a very good board state for the Plumeria. For the Thea, for J. Because both Plumeria can hit Kaze, then Peony can hit Kaze, because even when he's plus 20, their deck only has 20 supports. They'll still die to Peony plus a 30 support. And then you can get all the rest of your units in the front line to just kill their front line. You cause a forced march, and you hit Kaze twice. This is wrong ordering. Plumeria should have went first, because Kaze's buff would then be on himself, and then Peony can still hit, and that was just very unfortunate that Peony also self-supported. Pretty sure they'll still be fine. They now should just change their pattern to just trying to clear board. Plumeria should now either kill Kagero or Kuragi, and then just focus on clearing board. Hana's the best choice for hitting Oboro, but that self-support, really not ideal. Sadly, that was their best shot at killing that. Thea is their next best one, just because Thea's second skill of getting plus 20 when supported by one of her sisters is the next most consistent way to kill her. And there we go, that's the plus 20. And because of Hana, it's actually a 60 support. The support value is now higher than the attacking unit. Love it. Okay. So they're not attacking the Takumi here because Takumi can't hit anyone, so he's not super useful. Makes sense. And then they should be killing the Kuragi here, just to try and get as many of the threats off the board as possible. Both Kuragi, because he can hit 60, or Kagero, because when she main promos she's a threat, were the 2 best options by far. Elise doesn't really matter. She's just kind of there. So, no, oh no, just deploying the Karagi and trying to kill the Hana. The Karagi crit is the only way you're getting rid of that Hana, and the Hana is obviously priority number one. This just means both people now have no cards in hand, and at least J pro mode. um. Okay. Yeah. I don't really see too much of a way for them to get out of this. Just because they don't have the ability to really kill most things. And just the straight up 30 supports that are all over the place means that the only way you're hitting anything is if they self. Which is not a great position to be in. And welcome, Bella.
Yeah, what am I looking at?
That was my question when the MCs were revealed.
Okay, Kaze is a normal MC.
Kaze's a niche one, yes.
Yeah.
And then this is Thea MC.
I think I've seen Jade do Thea MC before.
Yeah. Okay, this time they actually used the proper ordering, unlike last time, and getting Plumeria to attack first, and this also hits, and that's game.
Yeah. Good
Thea win.
Huh.
Yep.
Huh.
I mean, that is one way to put it. Considering one side just straight up no pro mode, and then just didn't get either of their main combo pieces, which one of is their main promo and the other is Kagero promotion. Like, I think they deployed one high cost the entire match, and it was a raw Obro 4-3, which means it does nothing. It's just an 80 beat stick.
Yeah. Sometimes the game just goes like that, huh?
Yeah. And alright. Game 2. Let's see if Kaze can actually main promo this time. Alright. You should do this attack first, because now Kaze is plus 20 from his skill, and Reina can still hit that. Just
and
because they're plus 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Because each side only has one support. Actually, no. Kaze does have some 8-10 supports, but Jay only has 30s, so very consistent on that side.
I'm trying to remember if I see Obro running Kaze. I mean, it feels like the answer should just be yes.
Yep.
But
There's an Obro running around just for card draw, just so you can do that. It's just nothing. Oh, there's also Ryoma and Korin, because you just need the cards anyway. But attack emblem.
That kills.
Yep. The few ways that can
unless we see the dodge.
No, Reina dodging turn like 1. Oh, that'd actually
be funny.
It would be. I mean, they had Thea had a 60 support on her side at one point when she main promoed, because if she gets supported by her sisters, she gets plus 20. And then they had Hannah out.
Oh.
Alright. Well, this is all 3 of them.
Where's the triangle attack?
Yeah, sadly triangle attack is only on the main promo, so...
Yep.
And double self. Jay, you can't say that when your opponent no promoed last game. Granted that even in game 1 they also did the double self at one point, so discarding main promo already.
I don't,
So I'm going to assume that they have another main promo, and they just don't want to get too large of a hand or lose too many orbs just because they're afraid of the triangle attack, I guess. Considering it is undodgeable.
Okay, yeah, there's main promo.
Alright, so now they can crit with any cost 1, and if the crit kills, they draw a card. So the crit kinda is free if it kills. I'm going to assume this is into one of the... Yep, sisters. Yep. And
No.
this should also be into the other sister.
Oh, that's huge.
Not
Potentially.
really. Huh? Do you want to break an orb? Like, if they
Honestly?
want to break an orb, sure, but Elise, they deployed it last game. It hit nothing.
You know what? Fair enough.
But that was Elise without the ability to crit, considering Kaze wasn't around. So at least this time it would be more of a threat, but the main question is, are they going to crit for the...
There's the Elise.
Yep, that's the ninjutsu emblem cost. And they took an orb.
Yep. Which
no,
means...
that's Gluck. Gluck.
Okay.
Gluck took an orb.
Yeah,
that was into Shauna. Oh.
Also...
Oh no, Thea. Oh no, Gluck's just took the orb to untap. Yeah, never mind. Yep, this makes sense. They didn't crit. Okay, so they could have crit for Kagero's attack to cycle one, but they didn't.
This does deny Thea some resources, technically.
I mean, you killed the sisters, which means triangle attacking is harder. Ideally here you would do Plumeria to kill the Kagero or promo this turn, just so you don't get as aggroed by these low costs. But
that's a Copione.
Yeah, that is a peony. Not the greatest. It does hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the Kaze dodge. I personally would have said deploying Peony in the front line to kill Kagero is probably the better bet. Just because you don't want them to get both Kagero promotion and Kaze main promotion on the board at the same time. And it'll at least minus them one, even if they just take the hit.
I love free crits.
Yeah. Yeah. Ninjas are a thing.
Yeah, and if there's a Obra 1 in hand, this could get out of hand.
Yeah. And that's the main reason why... Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, they could have still done that even if you killed the Kagero, as long as they didn't draw that Obero from the class change.
It's just that this is so much harder to deal with.
Yep. Because they're going to draw 4 from Obero. Yeah, and there's Asugi to probably kill the Peony.
Yep.
And there's the flip 4 draw 4.
We love cheating.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Asugi into Plumeria, but a self.
And that misses.
Even with a crit, this is not enough attack. Because 30 times 2 is only 60, and that is 70 on defense. Peony lives.
You just kill it with the Kaze.
Yes. It's not alive, but it at least gave Thea 1 extra hit.
Yep.
Alright, are they going to crit?
The crit is literally free.
Yep.
Let's see.
Is
that a crit? Okay, that's a crit. Yeah.
That's a crit because Kaze lets 1 cost crit, and Kagero says when you crit you draw 1, and then Kaze says when your crit kills you draw another 1. So it's literally a draw 1 to crit.
We love this game.
There do definitely be some funny builds.
Yep. That hits.
Yep. Self-support.
All Lamau.
Alright, let's see if Jay got promotion in Bonds, or if they're going to just deploy like Hana would probably be the best bet, other than main promotion.
I'm
did
not
main
sure why he
promo.
didn't ninjutsu emblem for Sizer.
You don't really need it, and like
Unless he has another one hand.
So
There-
one of the main reasons to get Saizo on the board like that is because Saizo's other skill is deploy Kagero.
Yeah.
So the idea of Saizo and Kagero is they're supposed to just help the Kagero get on board. The Kagero is already there. Saizo doesn't matter, and since he shows up tapped, it's just straight up might not be the best because you could.
it would be a -1 in hand.
It's technically -1 in hand for a unit on board, so
Yeah.
pretty much a free deploy of it. The thing is, though, if they have other Saizos in hand, there's just no reason to, and Saizo on his own isn't going to do much. So we're just going to assume that they have a different Saizo in hand and they want to deploy that next turn. Or their entire hand is like dodges for everything on the board, and then you're getting rid of a dodge to get Saizo on board.
I'm expecting Ryoma.
Yeah,
They also
Ryoma's...
crit with Sizer, so I'm guessing they have another one then.
No, Saizo will be crit, or come in tapped, and then he can't attack this turn anyway. So there's no added pressure for deploying him.
Yep, and if we say, see Ryoma, Mamui, deploy your ninjas, and then they're all crit machines, you now do not have to go -1 for Saizo, because Mamui is free deploy.
Considering that this is not an instant turn, they're either choosing their odds of if they should promo or do something else.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm going to assume, though, they don't have main promo. And it's still too early to Queen Hinoka out Hana.
I am curious why Thea, of all the sisters,
That's a question.
then there's...
I think he just likes her. I've seen it play. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Jay.
Also,
That's-
when it comes to like the White Wings, you generally I would say, or like Katria is the one that you would MC, because Katria goes into the triangle attack one, and Pala and Nest have just good other cards. So you're literally just MCing the worst one because it's the only promotion that's like the other ones just have good other cards that you don't want to use their main the triangle attacker.
Maybe.
You know what's funny? A lot of people seem to load their pet decks into Gluecks, thinking he doesn't have hands, and then he just wins.
I mean, we'll see. That is 60. That is a crit. Oboro is dead. Draw engine is gone. But Kagero is the main threat, and you have no pull. Because you can't attack her as long as there's a knife ally in the front. Why is it called knife? I'm not sure, considering that looks more like a ninja star, and it should be like hidden weapon.
Yep. That'll kill.
Yep. Clearing board. But now you just have your two other ones that just kind of swing face. It hits.
And honestly,
That's fine. You kind of
Yeah.
don't want to give them extra orbs to have more cards. So them dodging, perfectly fine, gets rid of something, and, well, doesn't punish you for hitting them. And then Rescue Flyer.
here's the unfortunate thing. Clearing board is just the best thing for Gluecks to do anyway.
Yep.
Because Jay only has 2 cards in hand. Denying resources is...
Depending on their situation, they could have gone for game. They know that these 2 cards in hand aren't Shauna's, or Thea's. So that means at most you need 4 hits, and that is very unlikely. So... And there we go. Mass board spam again. But this is all you really need.
Yeah. I love drawing. I love critting for free.
No, it's not free. It's a +1.
True, I love critting for going +1.
Look, your deck loses to Tower Right. Be happy you can function.
The deck loses to Mercedes 1 cost.
That too. But that also means you're no promoing.
True. I mean, you can also just run as Splash in some decks. You're not going to, but you can.
Yeah. Mercedes would just die to the attacks from the cost ones anyway.
Mhm.
So... 70, yep.
You also just auto lose to like several crest powers from Brown.
Do you?
I think it's like Marianne and
Oh.
Dimitri have
Anti-crit.
anti-crit.
Also very, very painful for this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the other game that's happening at the moment is Mamori versus Byleth Female.
That sounds interesting.
Who, Midori?
Mamori.
Midori or Mamori? Yeah, Mamori
Mamori.
versus Byleth Female. I wonder. I assume it's the 5/4, but the 4/3 has some fun things you can do with.
Who knows? I just questioned, did they deploy this to... Okay, good. They're not attacking the Kagero. Sadly, you need it to die, but you need skill destruction or skill movement to be able to kill her.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, Corin.
That'll do it.
The nice +10 to everyone, and also getting one of your bonds back. They went from one of the worst hands possible to seemingly one of the best. Getting Corin, Kagero, and Kaze all out.
Yep. Don't buff yet, or don't class change yet. Save that for the end. Okay, good.
No, do it now, it's fine. I'm cheering for the Thea. I always cheer for the underdog MC. She can live, she can hit those 50 supports.
I don't think 50 supports save you here. They need to be 50 support miracle emblems.
I mean, true, but... yeah. Oh, that's even attack emblem into self? No, that's Shauna. That's Shauna. Because Rory and Deke are in the background. Yep, going for game, and it's going to look like they're going to get it. Only hitting main promo on turn 5 when you're 3-2 is extremely rough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obro seems to be the one that gets to finish it.
As Obro does.
I mean, this could miss.
Crit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, do we... Nah. No 50 support.
Yep. Oh, that's a lot of Kaze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Jay was not going to be able to get through that.
I do wonder, if Ford... Like, if Jay is playing this because he likes Thea, good. I'm just curious if Juno, like, specifically for this group, would be a better starting MC. Although I guess you lose out on having an est as a deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But currently her cost one is absolutely Jay's cost one is absolutely skillless.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if they promo here. Do they actually promo on turn 2 for the first time? Because every game so far they haven't, or are they going to try and pressure Kaze to try and kill him faster? Nope. Promo.
That's probably the better play right now. That still hits.
Yep, still hits, you're still fine.
Now, let's hope we don't see Oprah 1 immediately.
I mean, honestly, it's not the biggest deal, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, Oprah.
Oh, yep,
Because the archer is usually the bigger thing. This is probably the strongest turn 2 for Gluecks that they could do, just because 80 beat stick and archer. And self. Okay,
that
so
still hits.
No, it doesn't.
Anti-flyer. Oh wait.
Only plus 30.
You're right. That's a 50 support. Oh my gosh.
It doesn't even. He swings a 70.
Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah, it's 70 with self. As it doesn't even matter, as long as it wasn't a self on defense, it was fine.
Yep. Not gonna lie, all the flyers look the same to me.
That does tend to happen. They're not the yellow flyers, so at least there is some differentiation.
Yep.
But there's just way too many.
Tell me which green-haired flyer this is from yellow.
Yeah.
Red-haired flyer. Ooh.
I mean, to be fair, the GBA does do that with, like, blue-haired for a while. Blue and purple is their flavors. Alright, you got 1 deployment. Do you got a 1 cost that... Wait, is that when any enemy is destroyed? When this unit is destroyed. Yeah, Kaze's not buffed yet. So they should get Thea to try and kill Oberon, and then get the other Pegasus girl to kill Kaze if possible. Or they're just going to do this and go for the crit.
Yep.
Yep. Crit. Get rid of the Oberon. Considering it ended up being a Thea self, it wasn't the worst. It ended up being quite good for that. But Jay is running low on cards already.
Yep. That's an 80, 90, so it needs a crit to kill.
Yep. And you're going to do it because that Oberon was just going to hit... Oh.
And...
Another dodge.
2 Oberon dodges. That is uncommon.
Very unfortunate. If you're Gluecks here, you just promote, kill the Plume, kill the Juno.
Honestly, the Plume doesn't even matter. You just... I would say you almost... Not for this turn, at least. You should generally keep Plumeria alive. Because if killing her right now means she can show up and kill one of your cost ones later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Realma's not coming for.
Yeah.
It's another turn.
Realma's not the next turn. Corrin is obviously not the next turn, so Plumeria's actually doing nothing this turn. She could hit Kaze if you self-support, but that's about it.
Yeah. Honestly, Asugi here might... Like... It's effectively a free deploy.
Yeah.
As long as you don't care about the cards in your hand.
Well, no, Asugi's also a draw 1, so as long...
Well, that's what I mean is... Yeah. If you like all your cards in your hand, you might not... Okay. There.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what Thea has.
Oh!
Florina's always a good choice. Flip 2, deploy a cost 3 or lower.
Yeah.
There we go. It's pretty much that and Hana are the best turn 4 plays. So let's see what sister's coming out.
Juno, yeah.
Yep. Sadly, there is no tome to be anti-tome against, but, still works quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that card, worth running?
It's a sister. That's the main reason. It's named Juno, and Thea gets +20 when supported by a Juno.
Yep.
And considering she is supposed to be you flip one, you hit its backline mage, and you get +20 when doing so you're hitting the backline mage at 70, it's probably your main backline removal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
In this case, you don't really care, because I don't think the Asugi is worth it. But it could be in certain situations. But yeah, just the name being Juno, and the fact that it can hit backline is good enough to run. Just because flyers usually don't have the best backline access. White is decent because they started giving archers bows, and blue can be decent because there's a few tome flyers, and yeah. But most flyers are melee range, so backline is usually an issue for them.
80, 90?
Yep, doesn't hit.
No crit.
No crit. There's one card in hand. The crit is unlikely. They were probably just hoping for that nice +20.
That does kill, though. Unless we see another Obro dodge.
Yep.
Okay.
Florina probably should have swung first, I could see, into that, but just because her hit is pretty consistent as long as she doesn't self. But it's all good. Now the question is, do they have Kagero? Because Kagero is the best combo piece for them, and there it is.
And that might just be game.
And another Obro.
Ooh.
I think that's effectively game. Just clear board, wait a turn, and then go hard turn 5.
Yeah, probably. Just Thea not being able to generate resources too well.
Yep.
Compared to ninjas, which just hit attack with big number and draw. This technically doesn't hit because 90 on defense, but they can always crit up to 100 with any cost 1 in their hand.
Yep. Critical hits are so disgustingly strong.
Usually they're not, because it is a discard 1. It's just to stop the tank up strategy.
Wait, no? Huh?
Yeah, but
that was ninjutsu. That's the crit.
Oh no. Huh. Doing ninjutsu. Interesting.
It doesn't kill, so they don't get to draw a card for that.
I'm surprised at the ninjutsu.
It's same, personally. They could just be going for mass board, but
Also, Jay has no cards in hand now.
Yes. Everything Gluecks does will happen. Everything, every crit will hit, all of it.
Mm-hmm. And then you just take out Juno. Yep.
Also happens to self.
But even not attacks and stuff.
Attack emblem. That's all you need.
I don't agree with going for that attack, just so that way you limit
no place.
Sources.
I would generally agree with that, because you don't want, if your opponent has 0 cards in hand, and they were to draw a 5 cost in this case, they could not deploy it because they don't have 5 bonds. In this case now, though, that they're at 2 hand, they can bond a Thea.
Peony. Or that's another good,
That's another. Peony is pretty much just another 5 cost use case.
This one would not have been possible.
If it's Hinoka or Hana, both good draws. Considering they didn't immediately just play it, I'm going to assume that it's not. But Shauna also can work.
Okay. 1 to 2 range to
It's
kill
another.
the...
The
Nope.
issue with that, though, is it's another anti-mage flyer, which doesn't really matter too much in this deck. Kaze does not run too many mages.
And Kaze is just fine taking orbs now.
Yep. Their hand is bigger, they have more resources available to them. They're fine with it.
I feel like we're about to see Ryoma into Mamui. Just, you know.
Yeah, normal things.
Yeah. White being white.
Funny thing is, if you do that, you actually want to tap the Kagero.
Oh yeah, just because
She doesn't
you
draw when
off-
she crits, and everyone else does.
Oh.
But nope. No. Ryoma.
Okay.
Might
Is
still
this
be
just
a-
all going... Actually, I guess this can just all go face.
Yeah, with Kagero, you don't mind the crits.
Yeah.
As long as he has not one costs.
Because one of these is going to hit, so no matter what, you're guaranteed the Kaze draw.
Mm-hmm.
And Takumi probably hits without any crit. Is this face?
Wait, no, it's Peony? Why would you attack Peony here?
I don't know.
Because, yeah, I figured that this would all just go face, and then you would try and kill and win.
It can technically like still wait, so like
Like, you can still win with this many units on board. That's the funny thing. You could clear board and still win, technically. Like, if they crit this, it's guaranteed to hit. There it goes.
yeah, but it's okay.
Huh?
Huh. I guess they didn't want them to give them more cards, but, like...
Why give them any?
Wait. This is like in the middle of
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have enough one cost, but like it's still swing, right?
No, their deck is like 95% one cost, unless the rest of their hand is Kaze's. Like, there's literally four or five non-one costs in this deck. Everything else is a one cost.
Yeah, but it happens. I've seen it.
You can brick on anything. It's just unlikely to happen, is all I can say.
Let's see. There's the Kageros, which there are probably 4 of. There's Ryoma, which there are probably 4. So there's like 16 non-one costs.
Yeah.
And this
And
is
they
why you
still
don't
have a
give your-
face-up bond for a warp.
Yeah. It's probably another reason why you don't wanna not swing.
Yep. Revealing deck. Finding a 3
But
cost.
only
Not enough
only
people
have-
know how to slow roll.
they do have a small selection though for Hinoka.
I mean, you just... Generally speaking, it's just it's a 3 cost, so it doesn't overly matter. Like... Your pretty much best choices are Shauna or Juno. Just because, why not? And they seem to just be going for game because nothing else.
I mean, if there are no...
We know there's Kazes.
Yeah, we do.
The only crit in a minute, that's game.
Yeah, Peony crit could help, but like... Okay, they took an orb. There's hope, right? There's hope, right?
Hopium.
Here's hope. Hope.
I mean, right here, they need the Peony into a flying emblem. Move Thea back, and then just somehow live.
Nope, that's not flying emblem. That does hit.
It does hit.
But-
Wait, that's it. Oh.
Yeah, that's a 10 support. It's only 70 on defense. 40 plus 30. Does equal 70.
Oh, he still has one off. Did Thea not hit?
Yeah. Like it's not game.
Yeah, it
It
was
hits.
evaded.
Oh.
Before.
All right, 0 orbs at least for the Kaze.
Although you now know that you need a maximum of 5 hits on Thea to kill. Because you have the face-up orb, which I think was a Reyna.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, and if the card in hand is a Thea and the hidden orb is a Thea, that's 4 hits without dying, and the 5th one would kill.
Yeah. But
And there's
Oh yeah,
Rama.
this is over.
I mean, it was already over to a great degree.
Yeah. Maui.
You'll
is a
flip
max.
1 buff Ryoma?
I would.
I mean, unironically, that should have happened yesterday at some point, just because it was free.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Graha's game. I can't remember who they were playing against, but it was actually like it was free because of reasons. All right. And now they just crit and keep on cycling.
Mm-hmm.
Hit and draw.
Yep, they took the orb.
Crit?
Crit.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a world where he picks the wrong order and selves too many times.
Yeah, if they self into the
No.
50 supports.
No, because Takumi is a 70,
Yeah.
Kaze is a 60, Ryoma is a 70. Ryoma can just be whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
as
Ryoma's infinite attack for flip 1. No matter what
Yeah,
you
but
do,
like
you
this-
get hit.
The supports where
Yeah, okay, yeah, there it goes.
Yep, there.
Gaius, Saizo, and the Kaze, so could have.
Mm.
Oh, there was only one more Kaze left. And that was drawn this turn.
There was a Kaze used as a crit this turn.
Oh, there was? Okay.
Wasn't it on support? I don't know.
No, it was used as a crit for the Asugi,
I thought
I believe.
Asugi crit with Asugi.
No, Saizo crit with Asugi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
At any rate, it was actually closer than I thought at the end there. Yeah.
Well, Gluecks did, give Jade the gas.
Sure. And then he was able to peony into actual word presence. Sadly, it wasn't a Hana, or Hinoka would have been better, or Hinoka 5-4.
Hinoka.
Just because that means you can deploy the Hana and then start tanking up a bit. Sadly, that was not able to happen.
Mm-hmm.